Hey guys, it's Randy here at etrailer.com. Now, one of the most common problems when you're out camping, whether it's going to be a travel trailer, fifth wheel camper, whatever you've got, is the movement that can be felt inside of the camper when you're either trying to relax and watch a movie and the kids are playing around in the back. You just feel that shifting forward and back. Or maybe some people decided to go to sleep and a few people decided to stay up around the bonfire. It happens just about every camping trip I go on. Then you're trying to sneak into the camper, you're trying to kind of ease your way in. It just makes it pretty difficult. You don't want to wake up the people that went to bed early. Maybe they're going out on a fishing trip, maybe they're going on a hike. You don't want to disrupt that, but you want to enjoy your time too. Basically what we're looking at today is from Ultra-Fab. This is their twin stabilizer system. This is the manual, so no power required, no wires to run. There's really nothing you have to do except for level out your camper and deploy your stabilizers. Now, when we compare these to regular Scissor jacks, these are significantly better. You can look through customer reviews, the different things they say. It's crazy how big of a difference there is. Basically, generally your stabilizer jacks are kind of going to be mounted on a 45-degree angle or maybe straight out from your camper. Get your standard tool, you go down there and you crank them out. But they don't offer a whole lot of front to back or side to side stability. They just keep that tilting to a minimum. When we use something like this, we're going to attach this portion directly to the frame of our camper. That gives us excellent side to side stability, but you notice they're also angled in. This triangulation prevents this leg from being able to move forward and back. So it gives us much, much more stability. Again, looking through the reviews, customers always say, I wish I would have known about these sooner. I wish I would have had these sooner. They make a world of difference. Even on larger campers like your fifth wheel campers, people say it takes 90 to 95% of that movement out. Overall, your enjoyment level is going to go up. You're not going to be sitting in there getting seasick because your kids are playing in the front. I think it's going to be an excellent solution for you. And it's designed to fit a wide variety of applications. We can go all the way down to a 48-inch frame width, all the way out to an 80-inch frame width. All of that adjustment happens right here in the middle. You can see we've got a two-piece design, so we've got one that we'll put on either the driver or passenger side. The other piece goes on the opposite side, and they're tied together right here in the middle with this connection plate. You can see all the holes we have to choose from, also several holes on the actual arms here themselves, and they're designed to slide beside each other. You can see this one's mounted here, this one's mounted here. So these are completely independently adjustable. Once we get them where we want it, matched up to our frame size, we're never going to have to worry about adjusting this again. It's going to come with all the hardware you need to assemble the stabilizers. The only thing you'll have to pick is what you want to use to attach it to the frame of your camper. You do have 6 holes here. 1/2 inch or 3/8 bolts should go through there without any kind of issues. But also you can see some of the smaller holes that we have here. In those, you could use some number 14 self-tapping screws. Just make sure you get enough of them in there and you run them through your frame properly so you got the support you need. Now, the stabilizers are going to give you 6,000 pounds of capacity. One thing you want to keep in mind, though, with a stabilizer system like this, it's not used for leveling your camper. You need to get your camper level. Once it's level, we'll take our tool, we'll bring our stabilizers down until they make contact. Just give it another crank or two. That's going to give us good support. It's going to take a little bit of that strain off, but we're certainly not going to use these to level our camper. There's available from Lippert, the Ground Control TT or the Ground Control 3.0 system. That's an excellent option if you're looking for leveling and stabilization, but it's certainly a much more expensive system as well. You see, it's pretty easy operation going up or down. Now, of course, the way we've got it set up here with it not being mounted to a camper, this is moving up and down, but with this being attached to your frame, that leg comes up and down. The tool's nice and long, so even if you do have a slight overhang here coming out to the side, you'll be able to get to it and operate it without any kind of issues. Now, we've got a total of 30 inches of travel, so best way to know if these are going to work for your application, make sure the outside to outside of your frame somewhere between 48 and 80. And make sure in any of your camping situations that from the bottom of your frame down to the ground, it's not more than about 28 inches. It should be perfect. Let's say it was 32 or 33 inches. You could always use a few of the Ultra-Fab stackers underneath each leg. That'll give you the clearance you need, still provide you the lift, so that's an option. And I also like how they're independently adjustable. We're going to have a screw end here and a screw end here. So even if we are on an unlevel kind of a camping surface, kind of like what we've simulated here, be about 5.5 inches difference from side to side, you can still see that we maintain perfect level. And as we lift that up, it's going to support our camper and it's going to keep us nice and stable. Now the overall construction is really nice and heavy duty, probably as heavy duty as I've seen on any of these stabilizer systems, especially a little bit more heavy than what we see out of the Lippert. We've also got a nice large footplate down here. You can see that's got the clear zinc finish on it. That's going to help prevent any rust or any corrosion or anything like that. And all of this steel, it has a black powder coat finish on it. So again, rust and corrosion shouldn't be an issue. Several customers reviewed this after a year of use and said it still looks great, the finish still holds up really well, and they're really happy with it. Now just to give you an idea of the dimension and how large this footplate really is, you can see it's 6.5 inches wide. It's going to be 8 inches long. That does an excellent job of dissipating that energy out over a greater area, and it's drastically going to reduce the amount of sinkage that we get, especially when we compare these to just a standard scissor jack. Now guys, I really feel like this is going to improve your camping situation. I've installed these on several different campers and I really like the way they work, and the felt effect that you get is pretty phenomenal. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Now, you might say, I don't want to crank on them. Got no need in the world for that. I want to hit some buttons. You can go with the other option from Ultra-Fab. It already has the motors installed and you're going to have your switches. The thing I like about this one, we don't have to run any wires. We don't have to worry about if our battery's dead or something like that. Get out there and we crank them up. But I do understand sometimes you want a little bit more convenience. You want to be a little bit more easy. Just hit a couple buttons, get everything taken care of.